Day. Department of Agriculture will not be issuing SNAP benefits for November due to the government shutdown. That is according to the Maine Department of Health and Human Services, which said today it received the USDA's notification along with every other state. SNAP, short for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, and also known as food stamps, is a program to help families with the cost of food. According to DHHS, 42 million Americans rely on the program. Almost 170,000 live in Maine. Maine DHHS says while benefits will not be issued until the shutdown ends, funds that have already been loaded on EBT cards are still usable. WABI spoke with the president of Good Shepherd Food Bank of Maine. She says food pantries are meant to be used as a last resort after all other safeguards, including SNAP, are exhausted. She says the looming loss of SNAP funding is an insurmountable challenge for the food pantry network.
Feeding America uses the analogy of a stool that has.
All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKodash. Also, want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth, and peace and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Yeah, man, concerning them possibly not giving out these benefits next month. They've had these rumors pop up left and right throughout history. This one feels a little different, but who knows, man? They always come up with some type of bailout. But if the Lord does, go ahead. If not now, then definitely coming down the pipeline where these quote unquote benefits, resources, if you will not be readily available to the people, and of course without that RFID microchip, which we do know to be the mark of the beast. But if the Lord does go ahead and not let this thing, these resources come through, there's gonna be some problems real fast, man. And this is right in the midst of all this ICE stuff, right in the middle of the rumors of wars that hell, all the damn powers that be are getting involved in right now. If you're paying attention, you should hear the rumors of wars. This was prophesied to us in the book of Matthew, all right, to precede the Lord's second coming. All right, so it seems we're in those times, man. And I know a lot of people that have SNAP benefits. I believe I had some at one point in time, man. And it's just on my spirit just to say how different things are when it really happens. Even, as prophets, helper of the prophets, listeners of the prophets, believers, which is ultimately servants of Yahweh, Bahashem, and Yahweh Shai. We say these things on a daily basis. And through the spirit, we believe what we say, But it's so different, man. What they say, it hit different. It hit different. Like, my baby mama treacherous. She been treacherous for the 15 years my daughter been on the earth, man. And she's on those benefits. And then, she's been hitting me up periodically a little bit more. You brothers know how that go. And definitely how it's gonna go here pretty soon with the whole circling back around with Eve. But, she hit me up, what was it, this morning, and I can just tell she just absolutely terrified. And again, I've had to put curses out on my baby mama for one reason or another. But I must say, out of all the shit she done, all the shit that happens amongst our nation, it definitely hits different to see it really happening. Seeing the ICE agent, seeing, our fellow brothers and sisters getting snatched up like we prophesied. Like, this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning. This gotta be Jacob's trouble, man. This gotta be the end, because the Lord is just, man. He's not gonna let this YN shit continue. They're at a just unprecedented level of just wickedness, man. But this gotta be the end, man. But again, it hit different. And I didn't have, like, honestly, and I'm just really coming to the realization, I didn't really have a hateful spirit. I actually kind of felt sorry for her. And then, so we just got to make sure We putting our best foot forward because it's gonna hurt, man. Even when the Lord brings these tests upon us, there's no telling what the Lord gonna take away from us. If it ain't benefits that we receive, it's a damn job. These things are gonna be in jeopardy. So we gotta make sure that we know what we're a part of and how serious it is, because it always hit different from the training, man. Now you can train in such a way that you're actually prepared for the real deal, and that's what we hope. That the Lord and faith and doing what we're supposed to do to the best of our ability, that the Lord has trained us up to go through this, to immediately be spiritual, because they are immediately going carnal, and we see that now. And you do know what I'm talking about. Every situation that happens, the people go carnal. They're not saying, not even on the Christian side, right? Let's have a prayer. Let's pray more. They're not even going there. And we know why. It's idolatry. It's bathed in idolatry, what our people are a part of, man. And it's kind of scary to watch. And it just all situations. And I've been playing my little game, just the weirdos and how quick they are to spaz out about small things, man. How much more when people can't, feed themselves or their family, their households, man. They're going to lose it. This is what we have been prophesying, and it hits different to see it. How much more the mark of the beast, how much more World War III, the lake of fire via those nuclear missiles shot off in the midst of all these damn wars, man. It's gonna be intense. It's gonna be intense, and everybody's gonna feel it, just like everyone is feeling it now. But we're the only ones that have any type of hope. People are losing hope, man, and they don't know what to do but buck up. And guess what? You guys are like puppets. That's what we said y'all was gonna do. Said a man would invade his neighbor for the lack of bread, for famine, great tribulation. We said these things through the Spirit. Starting with Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. King David, the Lord's apostles, the prophets that came before us. We said these things through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and it's really happening, and it just hit different is all I'm saying, man, through the Spirit. But a couple precepts, and that'll be the point. This is Matthew chapter 15 and verse 8. This people draweth not unto me with their mouth. Talking about our people, you so-called black people, you so-called Latino people, and you so-called Native American people. We say so-called because those are the bywords that they called our people. Truly, we have our respective tribes, but we all belong, if we are of, spiritually, to the nation of Israel, man, the real Israelites. All right. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth. So they're good with the lip service. They talk a good game. They thank God and things like that. They go to church, let them tell it what they think church is, and honor me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. How? But in vain they do worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men. If not teaching those doctrines, definitely adhering to those doctrines of devils, of false teachers, false prophets, etc. All manners of idolatry. All right, and this is the first introduction of Yahweh unto us, breaking down the rules. Thou shalt, he said his name is Yahweh. Thou shalt not have any other gods before him. So it shows you how important it is to the Lord not to be involved in idolatry. If that's the first thing that he said. Oh, now this thing want to act up. It's okay, not an issue. Let's see here. Where's that Bible? Just bear with me. You know how it goes when you try to do an epistle. Bible. They don't never do that any other time. All right, Matthew. I'll go to the book of Proverbs 9 and 10. All right. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the no problem. I got my sword right here. Man. No issue. Just a second. Bear with me, Salakia. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. All right, so that's something our people don't have. What? The fear of the Lord. Why? Because they've taken heed to the doctrine of false prophets and teachers, etc., etc. So they believe in everything else but being an Israelite, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, of course. All right, and that's what they're running with, man, and they're getting exposed. And I'm saying it's getting more intense because we're seeing how bad, all right, it is to be on that side of the Lord, on the wrong side of the Lord. How hopeless and helpless these people look and sound. Again, I brought this out the other day about our people and how they hide their fear with like violence and anger, especially the woman and or the black woman, and especially the single black woman with kids. All right, in Babylon the Great, she tried to hide her hurt, her fear, all right, and anger. All right, just like old girl with the viral video talking about she gonna start stealing, and you better not get in her way. Get a clear path. All right, clear, stand the fuck by. All right, I'm coming through, and you know that entitlement. They're scared. You're not fooling us, especially. You know what I mean? They have through the spirit and power Yahweh Shema Shai. We require a little bit of wisdom. You're not fooling us, shouty. You scared, talking about you gonna go steal, and like, do you not know what time it is? Who and who you threatening in these last days? Like everybody ain't got it on them nowadays. Here in Babylon the Great. I ain't saying that's what I do, but you know, everybody, it seems like everybody got a damn sword on them. Who she threatening? Who you know? And that's something that another thing you gotta notice how people are nowadays, even when it comes to Karens, man. I used to watch these videos. You see Karen versus Eve, and guess what? They ain't scared of you, Eve. They be talking just as much shit. You remember the viral video of the Waffle House girl holding it down, catching chairs, throwing it back, ducking, dodging them. Come on, man. They're not scared of you, Jake. Nobody's scared of anybody. But the Lord is finna put that fear upon you, because all they really trust in is their money, however it comes, whether it's from the government, whether it's their hustle, selling dope, or working hard, or whatever it may be. They trust in that, and they trust in that sword. And the Lord got a host, you understand me, of other things that you're not going to be able to buy your way out of or shoot your way out of. Like, and when he bring them ancient plague back, like the days of when we was in Egypt, because that's going to happen again. How you going to shoot your way from, like, and I be thinking about that, especially in relation to that protection and those miracles. Like, you know, what you going to do if, you know, just something just off the top of my head, somebody trying to get me, and the Lord just send, let's say 10,000 wasps, right? 10,000 wasps just come out of nowhere. You try to shoot every last one. Maybe you'll get some of them. Eventually you're gonna run out of bullets though, and that's just one issue, man. This is one, and that's a light number. That's a light number. Check out the plague of Egypt and see how many frogs and how it covered the land completely in that darkness. Oh man. And I remember talking to a female that was in Louisiana during Hurricane Katrina, and she was talking about how dark it was. It did pretty sound damn near like the ancient days, the way she was talking about it. You know, she sounded very terrified, and that was like that was a couple years ago that she told me that. And we know how long ago, quote unquote, Katrina was, man. She still remembering the way that she said it, man. She was like, it was terrifying because you couldn't see, you know, and oh man, that's another thing. The earth, man, without that, the Lord giving those two lights, the moon, the sun, and the sun. If you ever in a place, whether it's the country, out in the desert, if you ever get a chance, I'm sure most people have, to get in a place where it's a dark night, there's no stars, the moon not shining, and ain't no artificial light, you see how pitch black this atmosphere is. It is pitch freaking black and scary. And just wait till the lights go out. You know, we've prophesied these things. That'll be an issue. You know, I'm sure somehow, some way, the power will go out. It's not far fetched. Look at how weak the electrical grid is here in Babylon the Great. All they got to do is just rain a little bit. It seems like if a little bit of lightning happened, thunder, the power will go out. It's definitely the Wi-Fi signal. You know, so I mean, hey man, we just gotta prepare, and hey, through the Spirit, man, I believe that we are prepared. You know, like through the Spirit, whoever the Lord want to be prepared through that faith, man, we prepared. I believe that because I believe it's almost go time, man. You know, it's just a different spirit. Oh my gosh, and the days are going by so fast. It's like 3 for 1 right now. It's like I can't even like 3 days for one. The water Yahweh Hashem Shai, he said he was gonna do it. They like to say that in the so-called Christian, the black Christian, where won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, Yahweh Hashem shot and sped up time. It's going by so fast, you can't keep up. It's kind of scary to watch how fast the Lord. This is real, man. Not saying that I didn't think it was real, but I'm just saying it hit different. So how much more this damn persecution that we're prophesying about ourselves? For you brothers that never been locked up, it may be some, I'm sure. There's some brothers that have that the Lord has all. Hey, we're telling you, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's gonna be uncomfortable. You know, for brother, you know, hey, you ain't never fasted. You ain't never like, hey, I'm sure, you know, brothers that's been in this at least a year. Hey, we definitely at least have hit that day of atonement through the Spirit. The water Yahweh Shema was shy. We're more prepared than the others. When these things become an issue, they're not. They're freaking out. They're spazzing out, and they're verbally saying what we prophesied already. All the next step is just them to fucking go ahead and take this shit through the Spirit. The Lord gonna do it, and they're gonna flip the fuck out, and we're going home. The rest, it's gonna be like a pin out a grenade. Once that pin, the Lord pull that pin, it's just gonna go and go until it just fully blow into the great tribulation, until you see the chariot, Yahweh and the chariots and the angels and his hopefully let getting clean. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful day, man. That's what we're fighting for. That glory, that victory, man. That real victory, not that corny ass shit that I learned in Macon when I living in Macon, Georgia in the 90s. Going to that harlot house. At the house of God in Macon, Georgia. That's where I was at during that time. Led by a female, founded by a female. All right, but I got a couple more precepts. Let's see here, Matthew. Man, I kind of. Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, which of course that is what our people do, especially here in the USA. Hey, this place is what folly is set in great dignity here, man. All they care about is money, 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 chasing the bad, chasing their treasures, getting it now. Nobody wants to sacrifice except those who are wise enough to understand the reward for that sacrificing now. Pay now or pay later, but guess what? Everybody on earth gonna pay, and definitely the Israelites gonna pay. We're paying now through the Spirit. We was hungry now, you know, through the Spirit, and calling upon the Lord, thanking the Lord, and learn through the process to thank the Lord in our sufferings as well. We learned all these things. Y'all didn't learn nothing, Jake. And we taught, and still teaching at you know, live right now. You know, prophets throughout the earth is teaching. You still didn't learn nothing, Jake. You 2/3. And which is, you know, why the Lord's gonna do what he's gonna do. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. And that time is definitely gonna come. You know, where a bunch of people are stealing what you thought you had that was safe. You thought the dog was good. You thought your sword was good. You thought the ADT system was good. You thought the ring cameras was good. All that shit gonna go out the window, and you know, most of that's gonna come to naught if that power go out. But lay up, verse 20, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. So that's the point, man. Storing up those treasures in heaven. And I thought I had, yeah. Those treasures in heaven, man, and not upon the earth like mere mortals, or the mindset of a mere mortal. That's all they care about. We're blessed with the ability to see past this, to see further, to see out of this realm, and to know that the Lord it has something greater than a 401k, has something greater than a NFL contract, or whatever have you. All right, that you would deem success on this side, man. We store those treasures through faith and works behind that faith. They go hand in hand. Faith without works is dead, and ultimately that ultimate work of faith of this, this is a major part, the teaching aspect, but it's going to be holding it down, quote unquote, when it gets crazy, and keeping that faith all the way to the end and not being compromised at all. We can't be compromised at all. We can't steal, during this time, of great tribulation. There's going to be, you just got to wait on the Lord. Now there's going to be, you're not going to be confused, and we just got to make sure we're praying for that, a receptive ear, and pray for a receptive ear to know when to go, when to move. There's going to be opportunities that the Lord is going to feed you. And then you'll know when to go get that food, or how it's going to come to you. You're not going to have to steal it. That's what they're going to say. Prostitution for our women, that may come into your mind. Damn, I ain't got it. And the Lord may have not sent, got you to your husband yet. So you may think about prostituting yourself. You done got fired. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. Now you up. All this time you heard the prophet, this and that. Now you up. Now you tested as well, my sister. You gonna prostitute yourself? No, that's what they're gonna do. They're doing it now. Shit. That's what they're gonna do. You keep your faith. You call upon Yahweh Shema Hawashai like you was trained to do. All right, because it's gonna get real, and we're going to have to perform. And through the Spirit, we'll all be ready, though. We'll all be ready. If we're not ready now, we'll be ready in that day, starting with, the elders and apostles on down. We'll be ready. If the Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord had did a miraculous work. Yahweh Shah, all praise to Yahweh Shah, when he came down and he started his work and he finished his work. And here we are in that same labor, trying to finish this thing. Oh, I know every brother is desiring to get to that end, to utter the words, it is finished. Malak Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, Malak Yahweh Shai. Yahweh, Malak Yahweh Shai. It is finished. We did what you asked us to do. We learned our lesson. Here we are. Make it stop. Punish them. They mean. That's what it really boiled down to. We ain't nothing but just kids. We just brothers and sisters. We in relation to the Lord. We just children, man. Talking about you 60 like you done seen it done 60. Do you want to go back and see how long they lived back in the day compared to your 60? And it shows you just how much the Lord has sped up time. You're grayed out at 60, man. You know what I mean? It's over with at 60. You're done. You know what I mean? Cooked, as they say. We gotta get the hell out of here, man. That's all it really boils down to. I had more precepts, but I think I had a little passion through the Spirit that came out, man. We just gotta be prepared and be thankful for what the Lord is doing. All this chastening, all this holding us back from things, getting damn near upset with the Lord sometimes. No, can't figure it out, but still, hey, remember what was taught to us. Hey, this happened. Remember the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning, right? Remembering these things, man. Remember what your brother going through. How he, okay, boom, boom. And we're putting it all together because it's almost showtime, man. I'm shit. I don't even want to get into my personal life. We need to get out of here. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, glory, and fear to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Till next time, Shalom.